This video is sponsored by Atlas VPN. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, and the times I have done one, it's been on the Total Drama franchise, but based on some new information shown on social media combined with the Owl House being on a full-fledged hiatus until perhaps the end of this year or even early next year, I figured now could be a good time to make a video delving into how the Owl House used to look compared to now. It's definitely possible a lot of you guys already know how the pilot for the Owl House looks, considering it's been around in the public for a bit now, but I never got around to talking about it sooner since most of my Owl House content was focused on talking about the newest episodes upon their release dates. Regardless, I hope you're able to get as excited as I am, just as excited as I am to be using Atlas VPN again. Back in the day, I used to hop from website to website thinking I would be safe and sound. Spoiler alert, I wasn't. When you use the internet without a VPN, you might as well be asking someone to steal all your info or to be targeted by ad companies. And with Atlas, not only will it remove all those pesky ads from your screen, but it will keep your information safe. As someone who loves reading the Wikipedia pages for some of my favorite animated characters, it's never fun seeing those pages filled to the brim with ads. But with one simple click, I can freely roam the collector's wiki page safe and sound. Essentially what this does is it hides your information through a protective pipeline and makes so those third parties can't see it. But wait, there's more. VPNs do the standard thing of allowing you to access region-locked content, making it so you can cut down your subscription services. Not only that, but you're able to get region-locked deals through Atlas. By making yourself look like you're in a different country, you can go somewhere like Brazil, for instance. Hypothetical, of course. And once you've done that, you can buy YouTube Premium, making that annoying $11.99 a month if you're in the States go all the way down to $3.74 a month. You want to try to tell me that's not worth it? I thought so. It's impossible to be losing money when you use Atlas, and right now Atlas is running a special deal where you can get a 3-year subscription for just $1.99 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Just click the link in the description or in my pinned comment and it can all be yours. Time is running out though, so act fast. Click that link and get Atlas VPN today. When it comes to the overall look of the Boiling Isles environment as well as our main character's look, not that much has changed from the pilot to present day, at least compared to Amphibia's. Sprig in particular was completely unrecognizable in the Amphibia pilot. Ida's pilot design is the exact same as her season 1 design down to a T, still hot. Luz on the other hand looks ever so slightly different. Rather than her famous cat-eared crop top hoodie, she instead wears a typical t-shirt but sharing the same white and purple color scheme as her present day hoodie, as well as standard leggings/tights rather than jean shorts over a pair of leggings/tights. King changed the most in terms of design, I think, when it comes to the main cast. The fur on his body previously being light brown instead of dark gray, his eyes red with blue pupils instead of yellow with pink. The skull on his head covered the entirety of his head, including his chin, unlike it does now. His fur looked a lot smoother back then too. Like if I pet the pilot King, it would feel like I'm petting a yellow lab, but current King would feel like a golden retriever, if that makes sense. The scene we first see him in makes me think it was used as a baseline for how he acted in episode 4, The Intruder. I say that because it looks like Pilot King is trying to teach Luz demonic behaviors / how to act like a ruler, which is something he spent the majority of episode 4 trying to do, but couldn't really get Luz's attention for the most part. The inside of the Owl House itself looks a bit different too. The pilot scenery makes the house look a lot messier and disorganized than the current one. Torn drapes / curtains, random appliances hanging from clotheslines, walls with cracks all over them. I feel like the crew was going for a more traditional house with how most people around the world would imagine a witch's humble abode to look like, giving the house a more sinister vibe rather than a welcoming one like it is now. There's also a character by the name of Prince William that Luz and King encounter while walking through a creepy forest. According to the paper Luz has, this character is supposed to be a legendary wizard, though he has ears shaped like a human's. Based on Luz having a wizard map combined with the eerie scenery, it makes me think this part of the pilot was used as a baseline for the events of episode 2, which is before wizards, since that whole episode revolves around Luz going on a quest designed by a wizard, or I guess a fake wizard, but you get the gist. Many believe this character to be an early iteration of Hunter due to Luz slapping him awake the same way she did to Hunter in the season 2 episode Hunting Talisman. As far as I'm aware, there hasn't been any flat-out confirmation that this character was the original Hunter, so I don't want to say that's the case for sure. It's very possible the crew just wanted to incorporate this slap awake bit into the present day show and figured the scene from Hunting Talisman would be the best way to do that. I will get more into Hunter later though, don't worry. We then see Luz, Ida, and King flying recklessly on Owlbert through the Isles, ending the shot with a look at the Titan's head, whose head has more of a protruding snout around the skull rather than a more human-like shape in the present day. We also have a scene of Luz trying to perform some kind of revival spell on a baby chicken, this chicken being atop a piece of paper with several different symbols on it, making me believe this was one of the earlier iterations of glyph magic being incorporated into the show. But there's also a book she looks like she's using to help perform the spell, and this book looks like it has King's face on it. based on the skull shape. Maybe it's possible that glyphs were originally common knowledge around the Boiling Isles, and King of all people was a expert on them, or supposed expert, so he offered to help Luz learn a spell via the book. The spell works, but this baby also grows to double of Luz's size, attempting to eat Ida after she checks in to make sure things are alright. There's a few more bits that appear to be from the pilot, but I was only able to find screenshots of these scenes rather than actual moving footage. There's an interaction between Luz and Willow where Willow turns Luz's head into a fly by accident. Willow in particular looks exactly the same here as she did in season 1, even her casual clothing looks the same. The two big differences are Willow even knowing a spell that's capable of turning Luz's head into a fly, and using a withered old wand to do so. Perhaps this was the early version of the training wand that Amity used in Adventures in Elements. It's possible all Hexside students were more commonly using training wands during development. There's a shot of Luz, Ida, and King on top of the Owl House overlooking the city of Bonesboro during the sunset, King trying to get his head out of a bag, followed by Luz leaning on Ida's shoulder. This was likely used as the baseline for the scene at the end of Witches Before Wizards. Only differences are the gang is overlooking the entirety of the Isles instead of just a city, and they're sitting on Owlbert in midair rather than on the house's roof. This is followed by a shot of Luz, Ida, and King on Owlbert fleeing from the giant worm-like demon that showed towards the end of the Owl House's theme song, as well as when Luz fought Bellows for the first time in Young Blood Old Souls. Now, although this last part wasn't technically part of the pilot as far as I'm aware, the art style looks exactly the same as the pilot's. Ricky Cometa, a former art director at Disney who did work on the Owl House, posted on Instagram about a week ago showing how Hunter looked during the developmental stages all the way back in 2017. Can't believe that's 5 years ago now. Wow. It appears Hunter was originally going to be a human, had green eyes, light brown hair, and wore an outfit that doesn't look like the Golden Guard attire, but more so like the outfit he's been wearing since Clouds on the Horizon. Beta Hunter looks a lot younger too, more so closer to Luz in age rather than closer to Edric and Emera's age. Kinda glad that was changed though, because I like the older brother, younger sister dynamic they have in the present. The biggest thing that stayed the same was his signature tooth gap that even magic can't hide. It's my headcanon that Beta Hunter was still going to be a Grimwalker, Philip's older brother, hence the Pilgrim-esque clothing. Only this Hunter would be taking after the brother even more with having rounded ears and all. At first glance, I thought this image was used as a possible baseline for the Intruder episode since Luz and Hunter are hiding from Ida in a dark owl house. Though funny enough, Dana herself commented on Ricky's post saying this image wasn't even intended for an episode idea at all, but rather created to simply catch people's attention. Well, it worked alright. Don't get me wrong, this Hunter looks solid, but I am so glad the crew landed on using the Hunter we know and love today. It's such an amazing glow up right there. But of course, these are just my thoughts / mini speculations on the pilot events. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts / takeaway from the Owl House pilot as well as the original Hunter design. Anything you wish to stay the same, or are you content with how everything looks in the present day? I'd love to know your thoughts. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like down below, it helps out a ton. But for now, I will see you guys next time. Peace out, take care, bye bye.